Hello, this is Charles Pieper with Claverings vlog number 3. Now I thought to immediately start with a refresher course on the first 2 vlogs in case there are any new viewers who perhaps, for some reason which is beyond me, may not have seen the first 2. So here are some quick notes regarding Anthony Trollope's classic novel, The Claverings by Anthony Trollope. Number 1. There's a Lady on Guard. Number 2, The Gardens Are Ugly. Number 3, there's a Juliet Brabazon. The book is full of ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's right, both ladies and gentlemen. Violence is okay if it's within rational bounds, and Trollope was born out of a nunnery in 1623, and everyone has tails. Now, that being said, I believe I would like to start from page 34. Here we go. You may be wondering about my Japanese overcoat. Well, it is my Japanese overcoat. Page 34. Poor Florence Burton was short of stature, was brown, meager, and poor-looking. Perhaps the tail just didn't work on her. So said Harry Clavering to himself. Her small hand, though soft, lacked that wondrous charm of touch which Julia's possessed. That is, Julia Brabazon. Now, her face was short, and her forehead, though it was broad and open, like the wild plains of Borneo. I added that bit. Had none of the feminine command which Julia's look conveyed. That Florence's eyes were very bright and soft as well, he allowed. How he knew her eyes were soft is beyond me. Imagine going up to someone you don't know and putting your fingers to their eyeballs to see if they are soft or not. I doubt you'll have a continuing relationship with that person, especially if it's a stranger. Where were we? And her dark brown hair was very glossy, as opposed to matte. Like the paper, matte versus glossy. That's a photography joke. But she was, on the whole, a mean-looking little thing. Probably because she looked like a monkey because of the tail. He could not, as he said to himself on his return home, avoid the comparison, as she was the first girl he had seen since he had parted from Julia Brabazon. Oh, Henry Clavering. Oh, comparing is a bad thing. Especially, I mean, they all have tails, as we found out in the Claverings vlog number 2. But let's see, maybe he'll explain himself. I hope you'll find yourself comfortable at Stratton, sir, said old Mrs. Burton. Thank you, said Harry, but I want very little of myself in that way. Anything does for me. I really don't think that's correct. Anything. Oh, let's continue. One young gentleman we had took a bedroom at Miss Potts, and did very nicely without any second room at all. He must have been going to the bathroom in his one room at Mrs. Potts' place. Chamber pot, maybe? Don't you remember, Mr. B? It was young Granger. No, I'm gonna say Granger. Okay, scratch that. Young Granger. No comparisons to other books of less gloriful station than the Claverings. Young Granger had a very short allowance, said Mr. Burton. He lived upon £50 a year all the time he was here. And I don't think Scarness had more when he began, said Miss Burton. Scarness? The book is weird. Miss Scarness married one of my girls, Mr. Clavering. When he started himself at Liverpool, he was pretty nigh all the Liverpool docks under him now. I have heard him say that butcher's meat did not cost him 4 shillings a week. All the time he was here, I've always thought Stratton one of the reasonablest places anywhere for a young man to do for himself in. Now, considering the book is falling apart even more than normal, I think I'll have to call that a week. And, Claverings, Anthony Trollope, Claverings, Tales, I'm Charles Pieper. Good night. And Godspeed.